Hello. So I went to go put this video on my computer, and like I had to scrap the entire thing because the entire thing was in slow motion. I am so upset. So now here we go again to try and let's pretend like I know how to film, and like my entire the Amazing Readathon vlog for like the past 2 weeks all in slow motion. None of the clips have like audio, and I'm so upset. Like all that work for nothing. I have nothing to show for it. So bye. Enough of my complaining. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're not. My name is Carissa. So we are going to attempt to film this video again. It is the books I would like to read by the end of the year. So like if I don't go into depth with these ones, that is why. I filmed this video already and I was so excited. In no particular order, the first book that I would like to read would be Hellbent. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sorry if it's shiny, but I did read April? I'm pretty sure it was April, but I would like to read this book in, I want to say probably in July. I think that's when I'll actually get to it. I don't know if it'll work for the Amazing Readathon prompt or not. I haven't really tried that hard, or it might work for one of the sightseeing prompts. I'm not sure, but this is one of the first ones that I would like to read. I want to say this is the second book in a duology. I don't know if a third one's gonna come out or not. I'm not sure. If not, if there is gonna be more, I'll definitely be caught up. And then if not, it'll be like a duology that is done. So this one is definitely probably, if not in June, it'll probably get done in July. I would like to reread Six of Crows and then to go on to Crooked Kingdom, both by Leigh Bardugo. I read Six of Crows, I think last year or the year before, but I never continued on to Crooked Kingdom. I definitely would like to reread the two. Well, reread Six of Crows to read Crooked Kingdom. If I could speak English today. This is definitely, I wouldn't say they're like top priority for me, but I'm definitely would love to get through these two and then have them done by the end of the year. I did read the Shadow and Bones series, or the trilogy, and was not too fond of it. And then I remember reading Six of Crows, and I really liked it when I read it the first time. I remember reading Six of Crows, and I remember liking it. I think I gave it a 4-star, I think, when I read it. And then just haven't gone on to Crooked Kingdom yet. So these are definitely, I feel like, would be good to read in like a month, or maybe in like a couple weeks. Another book that I would like to read this year, I don't know, but they're like all chunky books. Like I don't know if I'll get like all of them done or not. So the next book, I have been talking about this book on Cat Sprints on Wednesdays, and like how much I've told her how much I want to read this book, and that is Needful Things by Stephen King. I have been wanting to read this, I want to say, for the past couple months. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I feel like it's about time for me to get to it and actually like read it. I do have it on my Kindle, and then I think I can get the audiobook from my library. I'd have to check, but I have been wanting to read this book for a while. I have been trying to get through Stephen King's backlist. I don't know if I will share like anything from this book. Well, I don't know if I'll do a vlog for it, is the thing. But I definitely, I could change my mind. I don't know. From like his past couple books, they've been in the middle of the road for me, but I'm hoping to get like a 5-star in like the next couple books, but I don't know. But this is definitely maybe in the fall, like September, October, because I feel like that's when like things kind of start slowing down for me a little bit. But this is definitely, I feel like, will be like a summer, like a fall read, I hope. Speaking of books that I have been like talking to people about reading, who may be like people's favorite books. The next one is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Apparently this is one of Laura's favorite books. Laura from The Book Hermit, I think that's what their channel name is. But this is one of Laura's favorite books, and I still have not read it, and I haven't even attempted to start reading it. I wanted to read it back in April, I think. I think that's when I started the read along on Storygraph. So this, I think, will be one of the next books that I read if I can fit it into June, but it'll definitely be one of the books that I want to read in July. I will link this read along from Storygraph down below, so like if you guys would like to join in. I know that there's been a couple people who started it and finished it and have really liked it. I read The Night Circus by her and was not like, it wasn't my cup of tea, so like I want to give this one a try, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully I will like it. Can't rule it out yet. We'll definitely try. A couple of the next books are part of like series. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is the second book of the Diviner series by Libba Bray. I read the Diviners in February, I think, I want to say, or March. So it's been a minute since I've picked up the next book. So I would like to get this one done, and then the next couple, I think, done this year. I feel like it's manageable. I know they're kind of like super chunky too. This one I think is over like 500 pages. Yeah, this one's over 600 pages actually. But like I know myself well enough, if I like read one a month or attempt to read like one a month, I can get it done by then, like the series done by the end of the year. If not, I at least want to get this one done by the end of the year and then save the next two for next year, and then hopefully get the series done pretty soon. But my main goal is to get at least this one done by the end of the year. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of chunky books if you guys haven't noticed that, but I have been in like a chunky book mood lately, so like I'm trying to read like all of the things. And then continuing with like another chunky series, this book is also over 600. Yeah, this book is also over 600 pages, and this one is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. I have been wanting to finish this series for a long time. I love the Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare, and like this series follows, I want to say, the kids from that series. I don't know why I've been putting this off for so long, and I don't know, like it's something that I really want to read, and like I want to get it done. I want to say book 3 is like super chunky too. Let's put this down for a second. So like, can I tell you guys how much I love these covers? They're definitely some of my favorite covers out of her series. So like between this one and then Chain of Iron, well, Chain of Iron, I want to at least read Chain of Iron, and then if I can get to Chain of Thorns this year, which I feel like I could if I really tried. So they're both chunky. So we'll see if I can get to both of these. I at least want to get to Chain of Iron by the end of the year. It's kind of the same thing with the Diviner series. If I can read the rest of the series by the end of the year, I'll be very happy. But I at least want to finish like the next book in the series. And then I have one more series that I want to talk about, or like at least finish. Well, I know I won't get I'm not gonna even put it out in the universe, but I really want to finish Words of Radiance. And then what is the third book? The third book is Oathbringer, and then Rhythm of War. This is the second book of the Stormlight Archives. So these books have been on my TBR for at least a year. At least. I have been like making my way through these. I am currently on page 464. I want to say I'm like almost halfway through this book, but not quite. So I would like to get through the rest of this book and then book 3 and 4, because the 5th one, I forget what it's called, but the 5th one comes out, I want to say the beginning of December. sometime in December, I think, if I remember correctly. So I don't know if I'll get this one and then the next two done, because they're both over, all three of them are over like 1,000 pages. So I feel like one can wish. So if I could get through this one and the third one by the end of the year and then read the fourth and the fifth one next year, I will be very content and I will be very happy. So I have just, I don't know, like I set this book down because of Tara this month. So hopefully I can get this done next month. I like this one better than Way of Kings. I feel like once we got settled and like I got to know the world a little bit, I feel like this is a little bit faster paced. To me at least, I feel like it's a little bit faster paced, and like it's not like, you still get world building, but I don't feel like it's just like, here's everything and then figure it out. But I feel like this one is, I feel like this one's like a little paced a little bit better. But anyways, so hopefully like books 3 and 4 will kind of be like this, in like the same boat. The next book is definitely by one of my favorite authors. She wrote definitely like one of my favorite series, definitely. I mean, other than like Harry Potter, but the next book I want to get read is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I have been wanting to read this book for a while. I think I bought it as soon as it came out, or like not long after it came out. I absolutely loved the Poppy War trilogy by her, and then I read Yellowface not too long ago and gave it, I think, 3 stars. A 3-star rating when I read it. I was not very, I mean, I was kind of disappointed, to be honest. Let's be real. But I'm hoping Babel will be a little bit different. So I'm hoping this will be like another like 5-star read. So knock on wood. So hopefully this is better than Yellowface, but I've heard like nothing but good things about this book. So I'm definitely hoping that this will redeem like Yellowface a little bit, and like, I don't know, but I've loved 3 out of the 4 books that I've read by her. So I'm hoping to make it 4 out of 5. But we'll see. This one is kind of a chunker too. I think it's like 500 pages-ish. So this will definitely, I think I'm gonna save it for like September, because I feel like this is like, this gives me more of like back to school, like for me to like read it, because I think it deals with like, what do I feel like it's more of like, just gives me more of like fall vibes. I don't know if that's just, I don't know, but yeah, this will definitely get read in the fall. So I am thinking about immersion reading this book, instead of just like reading it with my, like just reading it physically. I also have this on my Kindle, so if I ever get tired of like holding this book, I can always read it on my Kindle. So like I have a lot of these books on my Kindle, so I feel like they're not going to be as daunting if I do pick them up, and then I can read in bed with like the lights turned off. So and then the second to last book in this video would be Cloud Cuckoo Land. I bought this book, I want to say like the week it came out. I was so excited for this book. I think this was like a cover buy for me, and like I heard like nothing but good things. I feel like it's been out for a couple years. Like I don't really hear anybody talking about this book anymore. It's been sitting on my shelves for way too long, and like I want to pick it up and like actually like read it, and like I feel like this is going to be like one of my favorite books, because I've heard like everybody like give it praise when it came out, and like everybody loved it. So like I am hoping that I'll love it as much as like everybody else did. And do you know when you get that feeling of like, you know, a book's probably going to be one of your favorites? That's how I feel about this book. I feel like this book is going to be one of my favorites, but I don't want to jinx it in case it's not, in case it disappoints me. But like I have high hopes for this one. The last like book slash series that I want to read is the Mistborn trilogy. I have only read Mistborn Era 1, and I really want to continue with Mistborn Era 2, but like I don't remember like everything that happens in Era 1, so I want to reread the first 3 books, and then to continue with I don't know how many are in era 2. I think it's like 4 or 5. So like I loved these books when they came out. Or I think the first era 1 was out when I started reading these. So I loved them when I read them. So I can't wait to like dive back in to reread them and to like experience them again, and then to kind of like go into era 2. I've also heard that era 2 is not as good, but I want to judge that for myself. So I'm definitely hoping it like lives up to the hype of these ones. So yeah, I look forward to like rereading era 1 to get to era 2. You know what, I just lied. So this will be like the last book of like this video. Is I really want to read Priory of the Orange Tree. Let's fix this. I bought this book the day it came out. I've tried to read it once, and I think I made it like 150 pages. I want to say like 150 pages into it. And then I don't think I was in the right headspace to kind of like continue with this book. But like I hear people talk about it all the time. And like it's definitely, I feel like, on a lot of people's like favorites list. I know it deals with dragons, of course, with the dragon on the cover. So like I tend to go in spurts with like fantasy books, and like I feel like I was caught into the hype with this one. And I know there's a prequel that I would love to read, but I really want to read this one first. And then if I want to read the prequel, I will. So this will definitely, I feel like it's going to take me a minute. I also have this on my Kindle, and I also have this book. I also have the audiobook version of this. So I'm definitely hoping to possibly immersion read it. And like I really want to do a vlog on this one and of Cloud Cuckoo Land to kind of get my like reactions. And like they were like the 2 big books I wanted to read as soon as they came out. But like I just don't want to be disappointed. And if I am, like you guys will be able to see that. Let me know. But I've heard so many people talk about this book and how much they loved it. So I am definitely hoping to love it as much as other people have. So, and with that, those are all the books that I would love to read by the end of the year / series, if I can get the rest of the series read. But I'm being slightly optimistic, and like this is very ambitious. Will I read all of them? I don't know. Will I at least finish with the ones on the stack? Probably, maybe, because there's a lot. They're all like really chunky books. There's some of them that are rereads, so I don't know if I'll reread my rereads first, if that made any sense at all. So I don't know if I will start with the rereads or if I will just jump in, because I really want to get those series done. Who knows? Because I don't. But, and with that, that's about it. Anyways, but I will have all my links linked down below, all my social media. I will have any read-alongs that I have on Storygraph. I will also link down below. I will see you guys in my next video.